teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11. 180.
Right to the air, Burrow. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Gun.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Let's get set.
Burrow from the gun. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory. But that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
Here we go.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. He cuts it back right. Now he's past the 25. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 6-0 lead right away.
You know, Kate, I think one thing we've clearly learned about the analytics of this game at the NFL level, explosive plays matter. And to get one on the opening series, that has got to feel good for this offense.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Opening play, and Bo will throw. Complete out to the right side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive during this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back too, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opted a shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. And Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And he makes the house call. It's a pick six for Cincinnati. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that third down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic, not just knock that ball away.
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Marvin Mims now to return it. Making some progress here. Races past midfield. Has room down the left sideline. Touchdown on an incredible return. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for six.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
We saw those guys pick up the blitz. We felt them pick it up anyway. We wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up. But that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
Now he starts from the 6. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. All right, Denver getting everybody set. So they've got 1st and 10. Back to the air. Nicks after the pick. Gets it through the middle. Hit almost as he caught it. He does well to hold on to it. Gets him to the 37. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happens.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
1st and 10. It's Harvey. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. They'll air it out on third. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Jeremy Crawshaw, the one who's going to send this away. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. He has it at the 13. And the end of that return, Brock, also brings us to the end of our first quarter. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. The Bengals are out in front. We'll get you back to Mile High after this.
1-1, ready?
Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They got this after forcing a punt at the end of one. Here's Brown to start the drive. And 3 yards is all he was going to get with second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Let's get set.
Burrow to the air now. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here we go.
First down, Burrow to throw. Front pass brought in. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. They gain 11 on that play. And the Bengals have a first down.
11, Thomas.
First down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Burrow. On the move, headed right. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Here we go, here we go.
Shotgun handoff to Piron. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
No gain on the play. Makes it third.
11 MT, 11 MT,
Here he is on 3rd and short. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 13-point lead. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Going after up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals double their lead to 14.
Broncos 7. Kevin McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard run.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nix. And they limit the damage after the catch, but the catch itself does get them to the opposing 43. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down. Dose of the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, it's Nix. Connects on the crosser. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets
know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Knicks now on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Knicks off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something. Go get that first down. They couldn't do it right there.
It'll be 3rd down and 8 on the other side of this 2-minute warning. More from Mile High in just a moment. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Captain. Hold on a sec. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. Bengals get to him and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't the linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man. Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Trying to throw this from the gun. Buying some time right. That is Cox. This is Fant working downfield. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Can. Start. Eleven.
Now motion him out of the backfield. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. 1st and goal, now 5 yards tougher after that penalty.
Here we go. White 80. White hot.
Now Burrow. We've got a screen to the running back. They get 4 of those penalty yards back. Still behind the sticks, though. 2nd and 11.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
The Bengals field goal. A 19-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often, coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt. I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and they have a chance to add to this lead.
It's a gain of 22. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
He was about to get smacked just as he got rid of it. Sometimes, Kate, the crowd lets you know you're about to get hit. But that's a savvy quarterback play right there. Take that check down. Nothing better than that defender picking you up off the ground after he knocks you down. With that play, that check down, taking some big yards.
He is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals push their lead further to start the half. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's going to be 1st down, Denver. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it'll be 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Throw here, 3rd down. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that third down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on fourth. Fourth down, pass coming. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
On point, ready?
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 4 there. And the Bengals have a first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
Play action now. Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Here we go.
A give left side to Brown. And that's a good run. Give him a gain of about 7 on the cutback towards the middle. He gets him 8 yards, but they still need 12 now on 3rd down.
A gain of 8.
On one.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
For the field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the advantage now sits at 24.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. There's the fake. Here's Nix. Wow, wide open here. Complete. And they are finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Giving this to Harvey. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Looking quickly here.
No gain on the play.
Play action with Nix. Hits him on the out route. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Here's a look for Nix. Next snap coming inside the red zone, Brock. He picks up 9 on the play.
He's brought down.
Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Broncos football as we near the end of what has been a largely one-sided game. First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Hold on, set. Go, go, go. Ready. Ready, ready.
Next, quick out wide, complete. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos making the scoreboard look a touch better. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown.
And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Down by 3 scores. Their hand is forced. They're going to try the onside kick here. And the Bengals hands team does its job recovering that kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Gun, gun. Gun. Gun.
Burrow on the play action. Broncos all around him, and down he goes. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. It's going to push him back for 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Get set. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here we go. Stop.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. He'll have the 1st down and even more. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. Gain of 15 there. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Here we go. Stop. Stop.
Going play action here. Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals put up even more points in a win. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Hold on, set. Ready. Captain, 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 captain.
Who do you want? Who do you want? Who do you want?
Hey, hey, whoa.
Nix from the gun. No, they get him yet again. Jordan Battle with the INT. And the Bengals are going to have him after his 2nd interception of the season.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
180. 180. Stop.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. He dodged the tackle. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Gun.
Here's Brown again. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of a
So now here's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
This is set. 11 mighty.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Bengals nearing their 2nd win of the campaign. Broncos bringing out an extra DB on 3rd down.
Here we go. Start.
Burrow to the air now. Well, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And they get to him and tackle him on the return. But will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. So the rare double whammy, Brock. It's intercepted and there's offensive interference on the play, which, of course, they declined.
Yeah, we talk a lot about these receivers, right, having to fight through contact and play through penalties. Same thing on the other side. That defense has got to finish it, not just be satisfied with knocking the ball away, but actually taking it away.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Gets it downfield on target to Sutton. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Nix with it on 1st. That's grabbed inside the 30. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Captain.
Nix to throw again. Catch is made in close. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Now this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Going after tries, goodbye Lutz. And the Broncos make it an 18-point game.
Broncos 23.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And that's the Bengals who are on that one. And that's a wrap on this ball game. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. First call here coming from the shotgun.
This is set. Let it stop.
They're going to pass it here. Bails out of the pocket quick. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
11. Here we go.
Oh, Bronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. It's his running back. And he's brought down at the line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Right, 80.
Air it out on 3rd. It's caught. Chase has it. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll have just one left to burn now. line for another 1st and 10.
First down.
Here we go, here we go.
Cincinnati.
Big 13. Big.
Stick it in the air. It's Burrow. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the Broncos are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return.
First down pass. Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Shotgun snap to Nix. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get him all the way up near that 30-yard line, Brock. Knocked down a step or two shy of it.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Bengals take this one on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these